Good morning, everybody. It's 5:50 in the morning. Oliver Speaks is here, about to read a little bit to y'all. Just get my vibe set. If y'all got the book, if y'all about it, if you committed, if you're somebody who's just been on like, hey man, I want to get down with what Oliver's doing, I got the book. I see where he's at. You ain't got to read with me, but you can throw it on and just use it as motivation. You put it on silent and just be like, hey man, I'm just with him. I'm just sitting here with him because he here doing it. I'm just gonna do my thing too. You ain't even got to read the same book. You could literally put me on silent or something, turn me down if you like, or just have me low if you want. Pull out a book that you like and just use it as motivation. Straight up, just be like, listen, we're living in a time right now where, you know, it ain't like it was back in the day. People ain't just waking up, going to knock on somebody's door to wake them up and have interaction. So this is like me knocking on your door. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can y'all come out to play? Knock, 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 knock. Hey, hey, can Oliver come out and play? All right. Hey, Oliver, you got some friends out here. All right, tell them I'm coming out. That's what I'm doing right now. Knock, knock. Hey, can y'all come out to play? And when we go out to play, we just go read, baby. So, if you got the book of Jose, go ahead and pull it out. We about to get this thing started up. Before I start up, I'm gonna read a quote to y'all. All right, just gonna read a quote to y'all because this one hit me. A couple of these be hitting me. It's a big one I circled right here. What's this one? Okay. Be weird. Be random. Be who you are, because you never know who would love the person you hide. Be weird. Be random. Be who you are, because you never know who would love the person you are. Go ahead, start that day weird as heck. I don't care what you do. Start it weird. Be the real you for once. Just show the real version of you. Wake up this morning and there's a version of you. I'm telling you, he or she is in there, and might be silly, might be angry, might be sad, might be happy. But today, don't allow nothing to deteriorate you from being you today. Just, I'm telling you, you waking up right now. I ain't just woke up. I woke up at like, honestly, I'm so ambitious and anxious about my craft and becoming the person I want to become and pushing my motivation. I get up in the middle of the night, all through the night. Like 1 in the morning, I'm like, oh, is it time to go? Oh no, man, I got to force myself back to sleep. You know what I mean? And I don't even like that. And I'm like, it's 3 in the morning. All right, I'll get up 3 in the morning. Come on, because I'm so ready to get up here and do what I do. So I'm just telling you, like, for one, find something that you love to do, and two, be weird today. Be you. Be awesome. Be amazing. Be sad. Be happy. Whatever it is, embrace it. Embrace it with love. Because whatever it is you want to be today, be it. But embrace it with love. Accept it. I got OCD. I got stress on my life. I got anxiety. I got depression. I got depression. But I also have resilience. I've learned that. I got resilience. I got motivation to myself. I got strength. I didn't know, but I just have it. You know what I mean? Like, it just came with me. And now I'm realizing, like, dang, so I'm weird. You're like, yeah. I'm a stressful dude. Like, yeah. You angry sometimes? Like, mm-hmm. Sad? Oh, yeah. Emotional? Man, you're a Cancer. What you mean? You born emotional. I'm like, gosh, what do I do with this? Be you, man. Let people see you. Let people see who you are. So listen, I got that post on because there's a couple artists that I love to listen to, and I'm reading music. Post Malone's one of them. Bad Bunny's another one. Annual AAA, he's a Spanish rapper. Bob Marley's another big one. So some things I like to throw on, and it helps me soothe my reading. But let's get to the read, baby. All right, let's go. Pun put that ish in your rhyme, man. That ish is hard. Insisted you're gonna have N-words laughing at me. He resisted. Twin was impeccable. Follow up to Off the Books, which dropped in June 1997. Off the Books was a beatnut single that started off underground, then charted on billboards and blew up to be a major club banger. Pun batted lead off and absolutely obliterated the song's signature beat with its infectious flute thrill that was only the second time he was featured on an album, and it was the first radio hit Pun rapped on. Like me and Big L, Pun relished post records. I don't know what that means, but cool. He loved to get on songs with the best and try to outshine them on records like N-O-R-E, Nori, I think that is, Banned from TV, or my joint, John Blaze. Pun was rapping with everyone from Nas to Jadakiss and just stealing the show. It was friendly competition, but on the low, Pun was trying to decapitate everyone. But out, and that means I can rap, I think, like, but I think so, yeah, just it's a rap metaphor. Every time I'm leaving on you, you don't make it easy, oh. Wish I could be there for you. Ooh, the reason so, oh. Every time I walking out, need for me to turn around. Oh, I love that. Banned from TV, or my joint, John Blaze. Pun was rapping with everyone from Nas to Jadakiss and just stealing the show. It was a friendly competition, but on the low, Pun was trying to decapitate everyone. But out of everyone, Pun had most wanted to collaborate with the Notorious B.I.G. Can you imagine what that record would have sounded like? Those two were so versatile. They could have spun out some hilarious action-packed narratives, or just gone the lyrical on slate route and killed the track going bar for bar. It would have been huge. Pun was a huge fan of Biggie, and the admiration was mutual. Right when Big had finished his double LP Life After Death in 1997, he called me. I was traveling to a show driving from New York to VA on I-98, and Biggie was in LA doing promos for the projects. Life After was dropping in less than 3 weeks on March 25th, 1997, and will go on to sell more than 11 million copies. Big told me that he heard some of Pun's work and loved him as an MC. He wanted to collaborate with him when he got back from the West Coast. We were working on Pun's debut, and of course, having a Biggie cameo meant the world to us. Biggie was a great friend. I met him when I was doing my show, Promoter Hustle. When I was doing my show, Promoter Hustle, like 93. Yeah, I was a rapper getting booked for shows, but to make more money, I would actually book other rappers to perform at the club sometimes. Ooh. And I know it sounds dramatic, but I know I had to have it. For the money, I'm a savage. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. Ooh. Yo, Post Malone be having me. He be having me. Yeah. And I don't do nothing when I saw my son. Yeah. He got a ball. Yeah. Yeah. Get it, brother. Get it. Put the lighters to the sky. How can I miss sex when I got millions on my mind? With that bullshit, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of berry, did you see it when I'm on? My mama called, say you on TikTok. Some shit done changed. Ever since I was young, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard for God to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating said we changed, but look, I made it. Yeah, I made it. I was patient. Yeah, I was patient. Okay, I remember. Okay. Oh, I lost my spot because I got so hyped. Oh, did it switch? For the show, but to make more money, I would actually book another rapper to perform at clubs sometimes. I remember this mad skinny kid named Puffy Combs as a rising star in the music scene. He wasn't just the man behind the game, changing music of artists like Jodeci and Mary J. Blige. He also carefully cultivated their images in the style of the old Motown system. Puff ran up and on me one night, and he had a chain on it that was so thin it looked see-through. Puff wanted me to book Biggie for a show, and I did. It was Big's first show ever, and my payment to him was $1,000 and a bottle of Moet. We were tight from then on. I could have called Big to get on Pun's album, and he would have shown that love, but I didn't want to bother him. He was recording that magnum opus, and of course he had been dealing with all those publicized problems with Tupac. Believe it or not, before he got into the depth of life after death, me and Big had started recording a duo album where we were going back to Pac lyrically. I'll tell you that story at another time, but you'll never hear those songs. R.I.P. Pac. But back to Biggie. It was incredible that he reached out for Pun. We were excited about what their pairing would mean to the culture, but that phone call was the last time me and Big ever spoke. He was murdered 2 days later on March 9th, 1997. And we all know that when Biggie got killed. That sucks, but man, it's amazing. I was young, so I didn't really understand rap as much. Okay, we had started recording Pun's debut album, Capital Punishment, a month or two earlier in '97, but then I've been around enough to know when I was witnessing magic in the studio. From the very first session, we knew Pun was about to go on a very special run. Sometimes Pun would fall asleep in the studio when the producer was working on the beat or the engineer was fixing something. When everyone was ready to record again, we'd wake him up and we'd pop right up and tell the engineer to throw up a new beat. Then he'd go into the booth and record an entire new song. He would have the verse fully composed in his head. That's crazy. It was like he was writing rhymes in his sleep. New songs would come out of nowhere. The whole Terror Squad was in the studio every day supporting Pun. We were so proud of him. We viewed him as being the one. Every new track was better than the last. When Capital Punishment was almost done, I started calling on friends for features. It wasn't hard. I played Busta Rhymes a bunch of songs we had completed. He was like, "Oh, I gotta be on there." It was like that. It was like that with everyone we asked for verses. We caught up with Wyclef Jean at the time at a time when he was putting up them Michael Jackson numbers. This was right before he produced and appeared on Destiny's Child's first ever smash, No, 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 Part 2. No, 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 okay? And right after he sold close to 6 million units, the score with Fugees, Clef was enjoying worldwide, also superstardom, trotting the globe and touring off his own multi-platinum cultural, critical acclaimed opus. Wyclef Jean presents the Carnival. Clef admired Pun's mic game so much he used a rare off day to come work with us. The two of them had their own relationship, and Pun just put in a call to get the collaboration. At the time, Clef was on the radio all day selling unfathomable amounts. I can't believe I read that. Unfathomable amounts of records. But Pun brilliantly tapped into Clef's spitter mentality and gave the audience something different. They did a hardcore track instead of going commercial, with Clef revealed in it was one of the album's big ish moments when it came out. Besides our crew, some of the other guests who came through on the album were the singer Joe Black Thought from The Roots, Prodigy from Mobb Deep, Dead Prez, and these are names I think, Deck from Wu-Tang, and Nori. Nori is my adopted little brother, but he was Pun's effed up partner. They were best friends and they would get in trouble every day. Nori would call me the fun killer because I would come mess everything up. They'd be like, here comes the fun killer, party's over. The party was just starting though. Capital Punishment was released on April 28, 1988 and quickly found a spot in the top 5 on the Billboard's albums charts. Pun became the first ever Latino solo MC to go platinum. Just like that, Pun was a superstar. The people loved the music and gravitated towards his personality. Pun loved every minute of it. Back then, record stores promotions were a big part of any new album's marketing campaign for big stars. There would be people waiting in line down the block to get in these stores so they could meet their favorite rapper who would autograph their CDs, cassettes, and other merch. Pun would go to his friends' record store events like DMX's album signings and pull up in front of the store in a limo. He would jump out and throw thousands of dollars worth of $100 bills everywhere just to cause chaos. He got a kick out of it. He wanted people to go home and tell all their friends Big Pun pulled up. He would pull up anywhere. My brother was so skilled and hungry, and as an MC, we'd be in the limo to go to the radio interviews or go to MTV, and Pun would see neighborhood kids outside battling on the corner. Pun, he's already platinum, but would jump out on the corner and battle everybody. Pun didn't care if you were platinum like him or straight out of the sewer. He lived for competition. Whatever, if the local MC didn't have 2 quarters in their pocket, if they thought they were nice, they had a problem. When Big Pun got out to destroy the rap cipher, he didn't care that it would be a blemish on his career if, God forbid, he got crushed battling these unknown kids and word started circling. He was with whatever against whoever when it came to rap. He never thought he would lose, and he never did. I'm the same way as Pun. So is Remy Ma. Back in 2004, me and Remy laid down one of our signature collaborations, Lean Black. You don't know the money, Lean Black on it. You're Lean Back, which went gold. But that same year, Remy found time to battle one of the hottest underground female MCs at the time, Lady Luck. She didn't care that losing that battle could potentially damage her credibility. Remy crushed her though. Pun would have been proud. Pun was always comfortable around the people. That's how he first met Remy. He refused to move out of the Bronx. He grew up in the Bronx. He stayed in the Bronx. He bought a house in the Bronx, right around the corner from one of the gulliest projects, Castle Hill. That's where Remy is from. Pun would have 10 motorcycles, which he couldn't drive outside his house. He bought them because he could, and of course he let all his friends use them. Pun had a limousine service 24 hours a day. There was a driver posted outside of his house. If he didn't go anywhere after a certain amount of hours, that driver would get relieved by another driver and paid regardless. Pun always had 100 guys in the house. I never saw him there alone with just his wife and his kids. He had exotic blue dogs. He had exotic blue dogs from Europe that I'd never seen before in my life. He kept an arsenal of guns too. The thing with Pun is that he liked to blow the bag. He was worse than me, and I'm a guy who can spend $50,000 a month on clothes. Pun would spend that paper like nothing. If he went on a tour before he even got home, he would buy some new watch, a new chain, new clothes, new accessories. Pun never saved for rainy days. He wasn't thinking about the future. He was like, F that, I'm balling now. The money was coming in heavy and fast. Him though, he had become a star. For me to go on tour, even today, I forgot to sit down with my team plan, and then 3 months later I go out. With Pun, he was such a phenomenon. He would sit down on a Monday and be like, I want to go on tour Friday. Before you knew it, the the effing tour would be sold out for 2 months straight. He would go on the road Friday and come back Monday with duffel bags of money. Yo, twin, he say though, he say through a grin, whenever he saw me, that smile really said it all. He was proud of himself and of what we were accomplishing together. Latinos can be very tribal. Latinos can be very tribal. Puerto Ricans say I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not Dominican. Dominicans are like, I'm not Puerto Rican. Cubans say I'm Cuban. Don't confuse me with those Dominicans. And Puerto Ricans, Mexicans don't want to be mistaken for Ecuadorians. All these guys are Latino. We have that in common, but we're all from different places and cultures. So it's very complex. The Latinos get down. With me, all the Latinos love me, but the Puerto Ricans claim me as one of their own. With Pun, everybody wanted to claim him. The Mexicans would lie to themselves and say Pun was Mexican. The Peruvians would fake it and say Pun was Peruvian. The Cubans would say he's Cuban. Pun was proud of his heritage, proud to be the Latino solo MC to go platinum, but Pun wanted to be universal. He would always say in an interview he was the best rapper, period. And also happened to be Latino. The important thing to him was that he understood the first part of that equation clearly. He was the best. We first tracked Pun to superstardom. With the video for I'm Not a Player. This came out prior to Capital Punishment and started to set the table for him. We sampled the OJs on the song and got them to appear. We reenacted Scarface for the video and had the actor Angel Salazar, who played Don Chichi in the movie, co-star Raekwon, made a cameo. He was there with me. I had on a blue suit. That's my favorite color. We had so much fun on set that day. The whole set was energized by the feeling that our dream was coming true. Next, we came up with the remix, Still Not a Player. It came out because me and Kender Mansberg were very, very tight friends. Kender was the president of Motown Records from 1997 to 2004. However, he's most known and most loved for discovering legends D'Angelo and Erykah Badu. In fact, Erykah's classic first album, Badism, came out on his label, Kender Entertainment. His vision and ear helped usher in the whole neo soul movement. Kender was managing D'Angelo and a singer named Joe at the time, and we worked it out so Joe sang parts of his gold single, Don't Wanna Be a Player, on Pun, Still Not a Player. Joe was a big R&B act who had a bunch of hits on the radio, and he was a force on the SoundScan charts. Getting Joe into the studio with Pun was a favor I pulled, but the actual creation of Still Not a Player was all Pun's vision. I left the studio for like 2 or 3 hours while Joe and Pun were recording. When I got back, I heard the song and we all started jumping up and down. One play was all it took for me to realize that the record would change our lives. One play was all it took for the world to recognize Pun was a superstar too. Still Not a Player was released on March 28, 1998, exactly a month before Pun's debut album, Capital Punishment. We premiered the single on Ed Lover and Dr. Dre's morning show on Hot 97. That's Dr. Dre's morning show, Hot 97? I don't know, really? Ed Lover and Dr. Dre's morning show on Hot 97. We did the interview and they played Still Not a Player on time. The whole city shook. Pun became a hip hop idol off of that one spin. But the time I went down to the lobby, Lyor Cohen, who ran Def Jam, was down there. Craig Coleman and Atlantic Records was down there. It felt like every head executive of every major level was down in the lobby waiting on me. Oh ish, I'm about to get paid. I started thinking as everybody approached me, I was stepping into the middle of a full-fledged bidding war. My contract with Relatively Records was done. I fulfilled my 2 albums deal and I was a free agent. I'm also loyal, so I gave Rifkin Kid Steve Rifkind the first chance to lock something in place. Steve, he wanted to sign Terror Squad Records, the label I was forming, but didn't want to give up that big guap. I was looking for my payday. I wanted to become a multimillionaire, so I would wound up doing a deal at Atlantic Records for my solo projects and to put out other artists under my umbrella. I dropped Don Cartagena on September 1st, 1998 and went gold. We followed up a little more than a year later with the Terror Squad Complication, the album, on September 21st, 1999. This was our happiest point. I was selling Pum was out of here and on another planet. His group that was rapping with him when we met, we folded them into Terror Squad along with my little bro Armageddon. My little bro Armageddon. Our young artists were growing. When Pun discovered Remy Ma, we knew she was the truth from day one. We had another star in the making in our camp. Everything was panning out. It felt like we were capitaling ourselves into a serious empire. Yo, y'all know that I'm still not a player, but I crush a lot. Whoo! I don't wanna be a player, no. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. Big Punisher, still got what you're looking for. Oh. Listen up right here. We just did that. I just hit chapter 12. We're on chapter 12. Let me read some of these Kizaments, cause I'm hammy today. I'm going in. Okay, let's go. What's up? Read Jack of Trades, Master of None. Okay. 48 Laws of Power. That okay? I think I got that. I don't even know. I gotta check that. Just popping in to say hi. So proud of you. I'm proud of you too. Hey friends, just wanna say thank you for making the videos because watching you progress. Yo, that's dope. I appreciate that. Sometimes, and she said it made her feel better, and she wants to get better. Watching videos because I just wanted to say thank you for making the videos because watching your videos is sometimes okay. I don't understand it too much, but I'm happy I make the videos and I hope people enjoy it. Good morning, royalty. Oh, that's dope. Never thought of myself as royalty. I'm about to start saying that. Thank you. Good morning to you too, royalty. What are you reading? The book of Jose. I've been insanely busy and haven't been able to hop on these lives. You've improved so much. I'm happy you're insanely busy, and I'm hoping the busyness is for yourself and not for anybody else. I hope you're using that time to be busy for you to make you better. You're doing so well. Listen to how you reading. Yeah, right? Get dope. I'm getting better at this thing. It feels better too to read. You've had the best smile ever. And wow, thank you. And so do you, I'm sure. I can't see it, but I'm just thinking about it. Virtual smiles. I love that you're doing this. I hope you're having so much fun. I definitely am. It's not easy. You know, sometimes it could be a little rough, but I love it. Holy ish, dude, you are doing so good. Compare this to the beginning of your journey. So proud of you. Thank you. I can definitely tell there's a difference. I hope you can feel improvement because you're sure see it. Yeah, I feel it. You sure are doing amazing. I have loved watching your progress. You're doing amazing. And so are all of you. You are amazing too. I'm sure you have many progresses in your life. Reading out loud is so challenging. You're just killing it. Sometimes people say that, but I feel like it's the same. In the head and out loud. Maybe because I've learned it this way in many ways. Like they both feel the same. I mean, people say like, how do I read with music? Well, how do I do? I thought like everybody might do these things. I love music. At first, I thought I wasn't supposed to do it, so I didn't do it. But now I love music. I'll be in the middle of rapping and reading at the same time. Like I'll be rapping my song plus reading this at the same time. I'm about to pull up in 6 foot curtain, and I've been waiting on long. So I gotta be selfish. You're doing great, and so are you. Good to see you again. I always hated reading loud, and here you are killing it, and so are you. And I'm about to awesome progress. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. Thank you so much for coming in here. Good morning, Oliver from Meline in East Tennessee. Erica Badu from Meline, East Tennessee. Oh, that's dope. Where's everybody from? Let me know where you're from. You know I love that. I love knowing where people are from. I think it's amazing to just see someone from another country or another state just watching me. Good job, Oliver. Good job to you too. You're such an inspiration. Keep it up. Oh, you know we got to do it too. Oh, what did they say? What did they say? What did they say? Not the same Dr. Dre, different person. Oh, thank you for that. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, Dre owns 97. I was like, hold on, not 97. Dre owns 90. That's wild. Oh, I love listening to Post Malone. I'm a big Post Malone fan too. Y'all gonna learn that I like certain artists and stuff. Post Malone, I like. He's just, I don't know, I like his music. I like Spanish music too. Annual AAA and Bad Bunny. I also like Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley. And I'm reading teacher, and you're doing great. And so are you for being a reading teacher, teaching other people how to read to be great. You are still reading Outsiders. Nah, we been off that. We reading Inside now. But we on another book though. We might double back on that in the future. Maybe this time next year I might just do a recap. Because we're gonna go the whole year. Listen, 2023. I'm trying to get like 100 books in for 2023. I'm on like 7 right now. I want to be at like 100. I want to read this whole rack behind me by 2023, man. I love that you are taking breaks too. Hi, I'm so happy to see you live. I'm so happy to be on here doing this for y'all to see me live. Good morning to you. Baltimore, Florida, Rhode Island. Count down the hours at work till I can read all break. Counting down the hours at work till I can read all break. That's what's up. That's what's up. You ready to get reading with it? What are you reading? The Book of Hosea. Currently reading The Winemaker's Wife. Historical fiction, I think it is. I don't know what that is, but it sounds pretty cool. South Carolina, let's get it. South Jersey in the building. Michigan, I see you. Reading out loud can be an act of bravery. The teacher thanks you for sharing your journey. You know what? I'm happy that I didn't know nothing about the difference between out loud and head. So I'm just now figuring out these things are two different things. Sharing. I knew people were saying this, but I'll be honest, they were both the same to me. Hi, I'm happy to see you live. Love that you are taking a break. Okay, I think I got through all the comments. Oklahoma in the building. I see you, Oklahoma. I see you. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm definitely gonna keep reading because I'm going till 7. Just take a little break real quick. Maybe talk a little bit to you. Cut my camera off because this is the end segment. So if you want to check out these videos a little longer and catch maybe some long versions of these lives, I'm starting to record them on a separate camera and I'm going to post them on YouTube. So you can go to my YouTube and show your classes or show your friends or whatever you want to, or show yourself. Show yourself to the YouTube and go check it out because I'm going to be recording a large portion of these every day, at least like 20 to 30 minutes of the live. Eventually I'll probably record the whole live, but an hour is pretty long. So far we got probably about 30 minutes on it recorded. I'll leave it on a little bit longer while I'm still on and talking to you. But if you want to see the lives and you want to see me read a little longer or see the growth, I'm going to start saving some of my videos and I'm going to start posting them on YouTube. I'll post short clips on TikTok and Instagram and some of my shorts on YouTube as well, but like YouTube shorts. But if you want to get the long video, if you want to have something more stretched out, I'm going to be posting these on YouTube. So yes, go check those out if you would like. What's up? We got more.